fans? This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Arnold working out of the shotgun. Two receivers right, two to the left. Long snap count, he'll take it back, looking left, looking right, throws under pressure, and it's intercepted, picked up by the Wildcats at the 35-yard line. Beautiful play. And there was Genesis Smith to make the pick. Arizona takes over.
Takes over, took over, turned it over, took it away. 6 times did the Arizona Wildcats do just that at the Valero Alamo Bowl to knock off the Oklahoma Sooners 38-24. Welcome to the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. I'm David Kelly. I've got the captain, Kelvin Efon, U of A football class of 1998, the tight end, Glenn Howe, 1985. J.W. Madden is running the controls. We want to open up the phone lines to you. 520-848-1290. We will let you know, though, we are going to go back down to San Antonio here shortly and hear from the Wildcats. So we may be a little bit until we actually get to the phones here this evening here in Tucson. We'll probably take you up till around, I'd say, 2 o'clock tonight in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. We're about to hit the bewitching hour, but we will leave it open and we'll continue talking as long as y'all want to talk about this monumental win in the history of the Arizona football program. Before we go back down to San Antonio, I want to get quick instant analysis from my guys here, Kelvin Efon and Glenn Howe. And Kelvin, I'll start with you. It looked like the interior lines and the interior strength was going to, for Oklahoma, was going to take over this game and lead to a Sooner victory. But this defense just was not to be denied tonight. And they figured out a way once Jackson Arnold and that offense started dicing them up to close that window and start not only taking the ball back, but getting the ball back in a position to where their offense could get touchdowns and not field goals from it.
Man, that defense just played at another level. Coach Tomey used to always say some Wildcat has to make a play. And over, some Wildcat, a different Wildcat made a play, man. I mean, you could just go down the line for that defense, man. Those guys just played. Me and Kevin Hunter was talking over to Texas, and we said, man, gritty. Those guys just played gritty. They found a way to get it done. I mean, against a Big 12 opponent that lost 2 games on the season. I mean, this is just huge for the program just to see them back in a situation where they have a chance to finish the season in the top 10 and go into next year with so much momentum.
Well, I'll take a line from Tommy Lloyd. We got some dogs. We got some dogs.
Dogs
guys.
and winners.
I'm telling you, we got dogs and winners because our guys were just gritty. Just gritty. They didn't get down when they were running the ball. They were passing the ball down the field. They scored there twice. There was no panic. There was really no panic. They just said, we're going to settle down. We're going to take care of business. And that's exactly what they did. They took care of business when they had to. They did the fourth quarter. We've been owning the fourth quarter. We didn't let them score in the fourth quarter. I thought they were going to be scoring, 15, maybe, 14, maybe 21 points, another 15, 14, 21 points. And they didn't score anything.
There's nothing like
our defense just – and then if you watch the pass rush, the guys were relentless getting to the court. That's why we had all those holding penalties.
Yeah.
It's because they were so relentless. Those guys couldn't – there was one time I saw one of the offensive linemen for Oklahoma. He just got tired. He just held it.
And I was going to say that, and you have to take your hats off to the conditioning staff for being able to have these guys in great condition. And also, I didn't see a lot of dumb penalties.
No.
I mean, so these guys came to win. I mean, you in shape, you're ready to go because you can get out of shape in those 3-4 weeks
Absolutely.
before a bowl game. game, and to see these guys step up in the fourth quarter and big number 90. What's the? But that's
Ward.
the Ward.
No,
And he's
Isaiah
sophomore,
Ward.
right?
Yeah.
Isaiah
Sophomore,
Ward,
right?
yeah. Mhm.
99, the kid out of Phoenix.
Yep.
I mean,
Deuce
these,
Davis.
Deuce.
Deuce.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing them just run around, man,
Relentless.
chasing. We didn't have that a couple years ago.
Fellas,
we didn't have enough guys. I mean, and to see Fish get the guys and say we need offensive linemen, we need defensive linemen. When I get those guys, things are going to turn around. It's amazing to see it all come together so fast.
Yeah, fellas, I mean,
Just
come
the
on.
way they were just relentless, I was really impressed.
How many times have we talked?
The Oklahoma guys would say, "Could you just stop?" It was almost like they said, "Could you stop?" And it was almost like they were saying that because they were just kept on moving, and then they just had to grab them.
Go ahead, J-Dub.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I think last 7-8 years we've been doing this football postgame thing. The biggest takeaway for me is those fourth quarter. They've always been they've been in so many games, right? And it's those fourth quarters where both the lines, the depth and the lack of fitness, the lack of endurance to be able to fight there towards the final whistle. And tonight, guys, it was the exact flip the script. It was the exact opposite of what we've been talking about. It's just, I can't tell you how personally impressed. You guys are both trainers. I'm not a trainer. I'm not anything close to that. And watching these guys and how strong they were, you said it, DK. It looked for a minute there, maybe halfway through the second and into after halftime, like the OU lines were going to be a little bit too physical. But that fourth quarter was the opposite end of the story. Just so impressed with that training staff and how fit those guys were to finish that game.
Well, and I'll go all the way back to, I believe it was the second scrimmage in fall camp. It was at the stadium. It felt like it was 130 degrees down on that field that Saturday afternoon. And I looked out there and I said, man, there is not a dude out there that looks gassed.
Yeah.
I mean, and we had to stand out there to do post game, and like my shoes were burning. My shoes were burning. It was so hot on that turf that day. And I was like, there's not a guy there's not a guy that looks gassed. There's no guys that are gipping up or anything. And I said, man, this team already looks like it's in shape and ready to go this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these guys they were just their tank was full the whole time. It was just, I was really proud of them. I got a bunch of texts from guys. James DeBow, he was texting me like, these guys are good, man. and then Bruce Hill texted me. He said, man, these boys is just, there's something else, man. He said they were. He's just so proud of them. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of Wildcats in Wildcat country around. All former players are very, very proud of these guys.
I mean, it is a great night to be a Wildcat. Let's head back down to San Antonio right now. Let's dip in a little bit on the press conference happening with the Wildcats after this huge win over the Oklahoma Sooners tonight, 38-24.
Yeah, I'd just say really thrilled for our team today. The way our team played this game, I thought was just pretty amazing. Defensively, 6 takeaways in a game. They kept us in the game. They made plays at the right time. They scored a touchdown. They set up great field position. I can't say enough of our defensive staff, our defensive players, and what they did for this game. Just amazing. And I would say that on top of that, I think offensively, Noah, T-Mac, Jacob, just made some plays in the passing game when we needed it. So together, I think as a team, we just played great football. But more than anything, I would say 2 years ago, we started this journey. And, we were coming off. We got hired here. We went 1-11. And everybody believed in what we were trying to get done. And these guys up here, almost all of them joined us. Dalton and Gunner were there for that first year. The other 3 guys came and joined us after the first year. And just for this team, the amount of players we have that joined us while we were going through the adversity, for them to be able to experience this now is pretty amazing.
Very good. Questions, raise hand, and please direct it to individual players or coach one at a time.
This one's for Jed. Jed, you guys were down by multiple possessions there in the second half. What was the conversations like with the team, and what did your team show you tonight?
Well, it was 24-13, and they had the ball. on, I think, driving into the red area. And then we have an 89-yard return for a touchdown by Gunner to make it 24-19. You know, there's not a lot of conversations that are going on at halftime it was 14-13. We talked about, hey, it's going to be a battle. We were expecting a battle. There was nothing going to be easy, even though we went up 13-0 in the first quarter. But the guys just kept competing. And I really believe our strength staff does an amazing job of making an emphasis of the fourth quarters when we win games. And we made the play on defense. Then Noah made an unbelievable play on the two-point play to Montana to make it 24-21. And then from that point in time, I think the springboard occurred. And I think Irby made an incredible pick that got us there to kick a field goal to tie the game up. And then those two touchdowns in the fourth quarter were fun to be a part of.
Question, second row, third row.
Yeah, this is for Jacob. When you saw Noah roll out and you were open there, did you see that the path was open for you to be able to go all the way? And was there going to be anything that could have kept you from getting in the end zone on that touchdown?
Yeah, as soon as I caught the ball, I turned, looked upfield. I saw Montana there, turned around, got a block for me. If it wasn't for Montana getting that block for me, I don't think I would have gotten that end zone. So, I appreciate him for doing that and looking out for me to get in that end zone.
Question back.
This is for Noah. Noah, from taking the ball over at Stanford to sitting here now, what have you learned about yourself and the team and the guys beside you?
I think the biggest thing for me and the thing that I've been emphasizing the most is trust. And the biggest blessing this year is my coaches, my teammates trusting in me the way they did. There's a lot of times that I was struggling and our offense was struggling because of me, and nobody flinched, nobody doubted me, so I really appreciate that. But being able to just trust Coach Fish, trust play calls, trust our preparation, that's kind of the biggest thing that I've been emphasizing since I've taken over the job.
Back middle, please, Alex.
Raul Flores, AP Radio for Gunner. Take us through the forced fumble early in the game, and then the long fumble return. Just take us through what you saw on those two plays.
The forced fumble, that was just great pursuit by our defense. Something our coaches preach on us, and we practice a lot. And we have a lot of hire for guys, and when you have that, good things happen. And then on the pick six, man, that was just an amazing play from Dalton right here. He just had a great break on the ball, great hit on the guy. Ball came out, and then my teammates just rallied with me, blocked as hard as they could all the way down, and we got in the end zone.
Front, please.
Troy Hutchison, GoEasyCats.com. Two questions, but first for Jed. Defensively, you guys were able to hang in there, 24 points, but 6 turnovers and 28 points off of those turnovers. Can you just talk about the effort defensively that your team gave tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it was phenomenal. 6 turnovers in a game is, it's a dream, number one. And we scored 28 points off of the turnovers, so that helps. But when you look at it, the way our defense played all year, they just got better and better and better and better, and they just kept finding ways to make plays. And we've got one of the greatest stories this season with the defensive turnaround from a year ago till today. And the fact that we have so many players returning again, just sets the standard and raises the standard. And Coach Nansen and Coach Aquina and Coach Kafusi and Coach Cecil and Coach Richardson just have done an amazing job of getting these guys in position to play hard, believe in the system, and then be able to make the plays like they did today.
And then, Jacob, in terms of the offense end for you, just ending your career this way, being named Offensive Player of the Game, going out with a bang, what does it mean for you and to have this moment?
It means a lot, but first I just want to say, I want to give credit to my teammates for pushing me day in and day out since January. Going through fall camp, spring ball, some summer conditioning, get me to where I'm at today, the athlete that I am today. So if it wasn't for those guys pushing me each and every day, I don't think I would be here today as the athlete that I am.
Second row.
Jason Scheer, Wildcat Authority. Jed, what do you think the difference was on offense in the fourth quarter compared to the previous two?
I think that we kind of settled down a little bit in the fourth quarter. We made some plays. T-Mac made plays to get us going. There were some big-time slants that he caught for us. There were some big-time plays over the middle that he caught for us in that situation. Noah hung in there. He used his feet a little bit more. I think a couple of those scrambles made a big difference for us. Obviously, Jacob made a huge play for us in our dash pass. And then, we were able to run the ball there at the end. We tried to run the ball. We struggled early and really struggled throughout the game, and credit to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got a heck of a defense now, and Coach Venables is probably one of, if not the best defensive coach in the country. So they gave us a lot of challenges and a lot of unique looks. But our guys hung with the plan. We adjusted a couple things here or there, and DJ brought us home, as he always does, with that final run.
And then for Dalton, you were part of this program when things were low, and you stayed when Coach was hired. What does today and really the season overall mean to you?
It means a lot. There were some dark times that first year. 1-11 is never fun. The building's rough to go to, just day in and day out. But believed in Coach Fish, believed in the coaches he brought in, and just the people we had in the building. U of A is home, and this win means everything. We came a long way, and this whole team, whole staff, whole facility deserves it. Yeah.
On the end. Two questions. First, for Jed, you made a switch up on the offensive line. Obviously, Jordan Morgan was out. What did you see out of the O-line and how they performed today?
Yeah, we made a couple changes. I think everybody competed really well. I think that they brought some challenging looks, challenging fronts, challenging games that made it difficult on Joe on his first start, made it difficult on Raymond on his first start at left tackle. Kicked Jonah back out of tackle there in the fourth quarter and brought Leif in at guard, and tried to make a couple changes there. But in the end, we were shuffling around, and we were trying to get our best five out there. Jordan Morgan's a first-round pick, so when you lose him for the last game at the left tackle position, you're going to end up having a couple challenges early. But I think the guys settled in, and we were able to get done what we needed to.
And then for Noah, the last two games, Jacob Cowling and T-Mac went off. What did you see out of those guys the last couple games, and how would you describe the connection that you have with them?
It's just kind of what they do, and I think it took me a little time to realize that I was making it harder on myself, not throwing it to them when they're one-on-one. So in different ways, they win every one-on-one battle that they have. They make my job real easy. I'm sure they make Coach Fish's job real easy, and then they're real reliable. I don't think they've really had a drop since kind of this whole season. So every time you need to play, you know that they're going to make it. They're competitive. Edge, they're, like I said, every time something needs to happen, you could trust that they're going to do it with no hesitation. So continuing to rise to the occasion, and like I said, they make my job real easy.
Back.
For Jed, how do you teach a team how to finish?
I think that we just talk about it a lot, and we work really hard, and we don't really change. We don't change the way we work. We condition after practice. We don't really give days off if we don't have to, and we work very hard. And I think finishing is a part of that. That the way our strength staff has handled the off-season program and our Win First program, the way our coaches understand how we coach and what our expectation is. I don't know, finishing is the most important thing you can do. And, you don't win the game in the first quarter, and you don't win the game in the second quarter, and you don't win the game in the third quarter. So if you learn that and you believe that, then these guys go out there, and they don't flinch. They know that the fourth quarter is going to be the game, the time that they got to be at their best.
Final questions? You're good? One on the end.
Two questions. First, for T-Mac, what does this year mean for you, considering highest rated recruit in program history? You joined the team when it was very low. Now, looking back in your decision, how do you feel about it?
I mean, the year that I had is all because of my teammates and my coaches. It's just the year that I had is just a reflection of them, and without them, I wouldn't be here. Just the trust they had in me, to make plays, to be there when I need to be, is the reason why I'm here.
And then, Jed, going into a new conference next year, you return a bunch of guys as well. How do you think tonight sets you guys up for next year?
Well, I told our guys we're going to enjoy tonight, okay? We're going to put an end to this season. And tonight was the last game of this season. And then we'll take a little break, and we'll come back, and then we'll start preparing for the Big 12. And we'll be going into the Big 12 with a lot of momentum. We're on a 7-game win streak, and it's pretty awesome for Arizona football to be on a 7-game win streak. And, we're just going to go out there, and we're going to enjoy tonight. We're going to enjoy our time back at home. We've got some fantastic players with fantastic families, and it's their time to go enjoy their New Year's with their parents and New Year's with their friends and New Year's with their families. And then we'll all come back in January 10th or whatever it is, and start working our way through the process of getting ready for the next conference. But, I love our players, and I think the reason why we can do what we do is because our players stay, and our players work hard, and our players believe. And where else would you rather be than go try to be in the top 10 or better next year?
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, players.
All right, that is the Arizona Wildcats at the podium in in San Antonio. Yes, San Antonio. They beat up on Oklahoma tonight, 38-24. All right, is the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show. We will now open up the phones to you. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Arizona wins the Alamo Bowl championship. They said they were going and approaching this game as a championship game, and they have come out the victors, led 13-0 in this contest tonight, trailed 24-13. About 7 minutes left in the third quarter of the game, and then proceeded to score the last 25 points of the game. You heard from Gunnar Maldonado. What an outstanding contest he had. An 87-yard fumble return for a touchdown. The ball was knocked out by Dalton Johnson. We'll have our MVPs coming up a little bit later in the week, but I've said all along my guy is Dalton Johnson, and I don't think I'm moving off of that after his performance as well tonight. He is going to be my defensive MVP for this season. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get on the program. Let's get a break in here. We'll come back. We'll take your calls and a whole lot more. It's the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show, and you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you in part by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog and Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Pulse the Results team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
O'Reilly Chevrolet and Wildcat football have been intertwined for almost a century. O'Reilly opened their doors in 1924. 2 years later, in the fall of 26, gravely injured U of A quarterback Button Salmon told the team to bear down, and the rest is school history. It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, and we invite you to test drive our history-making Silverados. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet. As a homeowner, you've probably seen some pretty bad plumbing problems.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
Ram's Plumbing kept entire buildings flowing. Businesses since 1983.
Wow, so whatever happens to my house...
We've seen it before, and we have the solution. Locally owned and operated, Ram Plumbing is Tucson's most trusted plumber. Our team of licensed professionals can fix anything your home can dish out. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
If you're a do-it-yourself yourself or looking for quality car parts in Tucson? Look no further. Advance Auto Parts has 6 Tucson locations with over 75 years in business. Advance Auto Parts is the largest car parts retailer in the U.S., and customers know they can trust their products, like Die-Hard batteries. Now with free installation, only found at Advance Auto Parts stores. Take advantage of our same-day delivery and pickup. Just visit our website at stores.advanceautoparts.com and make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Advance Auto Parts for all your car repair needs. Now a proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez of Meridian Wealth Management, and I'd like to invite you to our complimentary retirement income workshop held every Friday at 10 a.m. in our offices at the Williams Center. We discuss the key risks in retirement, how retirement has changed, and how to best plan for success. A recent study showed 60% of retirees would go back and plan differently if they could. We want to help you avoid the would've, could've, should've. Call our office at 719-1433 to reserve your seat today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
Enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit novahomeloans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
As Arizona's leading personal injury law firm for more than 30 years, Goldberg & Osborne agrees, bear down, Arizona. With offices statewide, including 5 in Tucson and Southern Arizona, the Eagle gives you home field advantage. More than 1,800 5-star Google reviews prove Goldberg & Osborne has the playbook for any situation. So after any accident, let the attorneys voted best personal injury law firm tackle that insurance company and get you the settlement you deserve. Goldberg & Osborne, 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Southern Arizona Radiology Associates have been dedicated to providing superior images and quality care for the last 35 years. They're the one you trust when you need an X-ray, CT scan, ultrasound, mammogram, or MRI. They have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista. Ask your doctor to refer you to Southern Arizona Radiology Associates today. That's Southern Arizona Radiology Associates. Visit their website at sararadiology.com or call 520-335-6849 for more information.
Frog and Firkin, a standout among the bars and restaurants in the University area. Frog and Firkin does what very few pubs can, combine a festive atmosphere and great beer with a menu that could stand on its own in any restaurant setting. A sports enthusiast dream with over 30 TVs, 30 beers on tap, and over 100 import and domestic bottles. Daily drink and food specials, and the kitchen is serving until 10. A standout in the University area. Frog and Firkin. Eat local, support local. frogandfirkin.com.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Out of the shotgun, Fafita will take the snap, straight back to throw. Has some time, waiting, looking deep, throwing deep, trying to find Cowing in the end zone. Cowing there, he makes the catch. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona, 35 yards. Jacob Cowing, 9-0 Arizona.
Arizona beats Oklahoma 38-24 in the Valero Alamo Bowl. The Wildcats are the champions, 7 straight wins to end the 2023 season, and they finish with 10 wins overall. 10-3 is the final record, man. And now we can look back, and I think I said 7, and J-Dub said 8. I mean, to think that they got to 10 is just pretty unbelievable. Pretty unbelievable when you think about where this program was. And then you heard, if you heard the end of the broadcast, Brian Jeffries said what the only team in Pac-10, Pac-12 history to ever go from 1 win to 10 wins in 2 seasons. Pretty incredible for this Arizona football program and what they've done. All right, we want to hear from you tonight, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll probably take you to right up to around 2 o'clock. If the phones get hot, we'll go till much longer than that. But we do got a basketball game to get to tomorrow night, so we don't want to stay here too long. Let's start with Paul in Phoenix, our guy. He's with us every week. Paul, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I know you have my brother Phil probably on hold as well. But you know what, guys? I don't even know what to say other than just to say congratulations to Coach Fish, all the assistants, all the team, all the players, everybody who contributed. And yes, I did get a little tear in my eye when Brian Jeffries was saying goodbye and he mentioned the Pac-12 and the fact that this is our last football game representing the Pac-12, and it was just great. I want to thank Brian and Lamont. They were awesome. Okay, this team, and again, we talked about back in the weeks we talked about stacking victories, right? And I honestly didn't think we could. And I thought, okay, let's stack them. And we got 1, we got 2, and so on. Like you said, David, we're up to 7, and this team, they're going to have the target on their back for next year when we go to a whole different ball game. There's going to be some easy victories and there's going to be some really tough ones to get. But I tell you what, the professionalism, the way this team conducted themselves. Look at Noah. You can't tell me that Noah, he's going to watch this film probably. I bet if he watches it 10, maybe 20 times over the next 6 months, that'll probably be a low number because he probably will learn so much from this on what to expect. You know, some of the blitz packages that they brought him tonight, he's never seen those before, and they were coming at him. And I in a way, I didn't want him to get hurt, but I was very glad that in a way it kind of like, well, no, see, it wasn't as easy because there was a lot of times during that 6-game winning streak during the regular season that he made things look almost like, wow, this kid's got it. But tonight there was a couple times when he was like, okay, no, they're throwing some things at you that you haven't seen before, and this is just invaluable experience. I can't even, doggone it, the season's over, and here we're in December. Like, now I can't wait till what we say August 31st against New Mexico. Let's go, let's bring it. So, guys, you guys do a great job. I love the way you guys present this. Glenn, Kelvin, you guys are the experts. You guys are the rocks. Kelvin, you were on one of those teams that won 10 games or more. And the fact that it took us, what are we, 45 years into this Pac-12 thing, Pac-10 thing, and we've done it 4 times. And you know what? I think we need to. How about if we start stacking some 10-win seasons?
Yes, and that's the key now. That when you talk about being a program, you got to start stacking double-digit win seasons.
Yeah. The Fish won't have to complain about fans anymore.
Exactly.
But JW, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna point the finger back at myself because, like I say, when you point the finger, you got 4 more pointing back at yourself. I am going to contribute to the NIL for the university.
Ooh,
I have to, I have to. Okay.
Put your money where your mouth is, Paul.
Exactly. Yeah. All talk and no action. I got to do some action. And I also will say, the folks in Section 25, folks, for $100, you get a season ticket to a football game. If Dave Hickey heard me right now, he'd say, "What? What are you talking about? If raise the price. If jump me to $150 for a season ticket, add an extra $50 a ticket." I'm sorry, it's still a great price. It's called entertainment. This is fun, and we support these kids. And I tell you what, I'm going to do it. I hope other people, as well. And Section 25, bring it next year because you know what? This was fun, and these kids deserve our support. And we did give them our support this year. But you know what? How about if we ramp it up even more? How about if we ramp it up and just get to a point where those Big 12 schools are like, wait, what? We have to go to Tucson? Oh, we don't want to go to Tucson. Exactly. So, guys, thanks for everything you do, putting up with me. And you know what?
Well, don't go anywhere, Paul. Don't go anywhere, Paul, yet, because we want to bring your brother Phil in here, too. Phil, you're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show.
Brothers, thank you. First, you radio guys, thank you so much for what you guys do and the late nights and hours that you guys got to spend. But what I really loved at the very beginning of this show, I loved because I could see how big all your smiles were, because I could hear it in your voice, and that was awesome. Because you know, I everything that Paul just said was I agree 140 million% as well, because it wasn't about any particular player, and we just heard the Q&A with the players and the coach. They all act like, I mean, they're amazing. They're amazing. They understand. They understand what's going on. They understand the concepts that all the coaches have thrown at them, and here it is. But it seems to me I'm going to come back a little bit, because, you know, people thought it was crazy to even think about going, 9-3?
Yeah.
You know, so people go, well, 3 in a row would be good. Oh, 4 in a row would be really good. And then somebody told me many weeks back, and I was talking about 6 in a row to get to 9-3, that'd be great. And this person corrected me and said, 7 in a row would be better. I went, oh, you are so right. You are so right. And so for me tonight, this is just being a homer. It, like Paul, it makes me smile, because once again, we saw what we saw all season. Week in and week out, this team continued to improve. The defense, they're gonna have to get more swords.
Yeah. It was clear. It was clear tonight. You still got a lot of work to do down front. When you want to talk about competing with some of these big meaty boys that you're going to be coming up against in the Big 12.
Well, I think, and if anybody can do it, I think Coach Fish can bring in a couple of big Herefords to do the job in there. So, but for you guys that were players, Kelvin, Glenn, you know, I mean, this has got to just make you smile for the next several days. And that's
next several days.
Oh man,
next several days.
All the way to next year.
All the way to August. Phil, we're gonna be smiling. We're gonna be smiling for the majority of 2024 until the first game next September.
And I tell you,
know what? I think we ought to just stay on the radio until about 8 o'clock in the morning.
and I want to say this. And I want to say this about you.
Wait. Can I put J-Dub up shaking his head over there? He's like, no, thank you. We're not staying here that long.
Well, we got to be here for, I think, 15 hours tomorrow for basketball. So
right, exactly.
I got to get some sleep at some point.
But I just want to say this. I just want to say this to you guys, man. You guys have been supporting. I mean, love how you guys, call in, come up to our tailgates and everything like that. It really means a lot just to see and know that, people really follow and really care about the team the way that you guys do, man. I'm telling you, as a former player and as a fan now myself, man, it's really appreciated.
And I have to say, what Kelvin said, I wish you guys were a virus so you can just pass it on to everybody, because we need some guys like you, maybe about 56,000 or 50,000 every game,
And I said it's real too, because in the games where we don't do so well, y'all not so happy,
Exactly.
But in the games we do well, you happy, and I think that's what a true fan. I'm a Cowboys fan all my life. We ain't won since since '94. But and I'm angry at them because of the last loss, right? Yeah. But I still love my Cowboys, So it's just
and my Browns are going to the playoffs.
I can't believe that. I saw that, man.
And 20 quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Kelvin.
You know what?
Kelvin.
Yes.
I was just going to say, hey, Kelvin, let me share something with you real quick. And I don't know if he's listening or not still, but my uncle, who's 90 years old, and he used to go to the games up until last year. This year he decided to not go. But he is such a hardcore fan that you mentioned that when we lose games, my uncle has told me, he said, I lose sleep over the U of A losing games. So for this tonight, he's going to go to sleep tonight with a good smile on his face, and that makes me happy. And it's important for all of us as fans. Again, I tell myself, I think, and I'm going to plant this seed, that if I have to call you guys once a month or put it out there in the masses, next year in that stadium, not only when we at the end of the first quarter and we do the stadium does the U of A, one side of the sides in the middle, or excuse me, the west side. After every touchdown, we should start a tradition, and that should be something that should be done at that stadium. And we start getting some of the fans involved, and this type of stuff can be contagious. We're going to see that in Big 12 football next year. We're going to see these fans of other universities. I hate to break it to everybody, you're not going to see Stanford fans anymore. Thank goodness there aren't any. We're not going to see the Cal fans. They're just not. We're gonna get some real fans, and I think that's going to make for a really fun environment. And folks, let's do it. Let's help Coach Fish stack 10+ winning seasons, and I think that's what we need to do. So, guys, thanks again, Phil. As always, good job.
Paul, you know what? Paul in Phoenix, you were the one who got this all started, and I thank you for that too, because you give me material to work with. But one last thing I want to say for you guys, and I'm going to be pointing my finger at one particular person, but several weeks ago we heard a video clip, and now I want to change the wording on it a little bit. Man, we went bowling.
Yes, we went bowling and won.
We went bowling.
That's it. We bashed that bowl right there. And U of A all season long they've been showing it. They owned the fourth quarter and they showed it again tonight. You guys, God bless you. Happy New Year to everybody, and all you U of A fans, all you native Tucson homers like me. Support these young people. Support this program. It's all about good, and we're seeing that right now. And not to mention, it's all about the good people on this radio show. You guys, I'm checking out. I can hardly wait for next season.
All right. Bear down, Arizona.
Paul and Phil, thank you guys so much.
Thanks,
Bear
guys.
down.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Bear down, fellas.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Wildcats win the Valero Alamo Bowl, knocking off the Oklahoma Sooners 38-24. We'll take more of your calls after we come back. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. We will give you up to $2,000 trade-in plus 0% interest up to 60 months. Manufacturer rebates plus 10-year parts and labor warranty on a new heating and air system.
Have an aging heating and air system? Out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer-installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
The new Blue Whale Car Wash, formerly Octopus Car Wash, is now open. They're locally owned and operated and offer many ways for you to save. Start now by downloading the Blue Whale Car Wash app. Then visit their website at bluewhalecarwashaz.com to find a location near you. Don't forget to follow them on Instagram and Facebook for even more savings. And for a limited time, their exterior-only wash is $5 at all 4 locations. Blue Whale Car Wash, proud radio sponsor of the University of Arizona Wildcats.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Hi, it's Floyd, the family man with the family plan. Outdated HVAC systems will drive up your electric bill, drain your wallet, and peace of mind. Save now at Goodfellas with no payments or interest till 2024. Get a 30% federal tax credit, up to $2,000 off qualifying heat pumps. Trust Goodfellas. We're locally owned with thousands of 5-star reviews. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. Visit us at goodfellasac.com to schedule a no-cost estimate.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. And coming soon is Del Webb at Rockin' K, a 55-plus active adult community offering a rec center, world-class amenities that promote health and wellness, and new homes with refined interiors and stunning outdoor spaces. Live RockinK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Frog and Firkin, a standout among the bars and restaurants in the university area. Frog and Firkin does what very few pubs can, combine a festive atmosphere and great beer with a menu that could stand on its own in any restaurant setting. A sports enthusiast dream with over 30 TVs, 30 beers on tap, and over 100 import and domestic bottles. Daily drink and food specials, and the kitchen is serving until 10. A standout in the university area. Frog and Firkin. Eat local, support local. frogandfirkin.com.
At Standard Restaurant Supply, their vision and #1 goal is to improve the lives of their customers and clients by providing a better culinary experience. Standard Restaurant Supply, if it's in a restaurant and not food, they have it. Open to the public, no membership fees, and they offer bulk store pricing without the bulk store purchase. Open Monday through Saturday at 601 South Cherry Avenue or call 885-2345. Standard Restaurant Supply is a proud sponsor of the U of A Radio Sports broadcast.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Play fake, pass over the middle, caught inside the 20, down to the 15, to the 10. It'll be first and goal. Ball came out, and who's got it now? The Wildcats say they've got it, and they do. So the teams trade turnovers, and the Cats get it right back.
Martell Irby, what a ball game he had for the Arizona Wildcats. He was the one that knocked that ball out as it looked like Oklahoma was going in to score early in the ball game. He had that forced fumble. He had one of the interceptions in this ball game, did Martell Irby. He also had a tackle for loss. Just what a, I mean, again, and his story has been well documented. He gave up football. He was homeless for a while. He wasn't sure whether he wanted to play anymore and came here without a scholarship, no guarantee of anything, and just really played his way into a situation where he could make an impact on a team that wins 10 games and wins a bowl game. Just a tremendous, tremendous story. And if you heard the post-game show, but just Lamont Lovett talking about Martell Irby and the kind of guy he is and could be a great coach. Somebody that would be a great coach and somebody you would want to have teaching this game to your kids.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. I talked to a lot of guys from the '99 team. They ended up going 6-6 after we went 12-1, and we had basically a lot of those guys back, the Trungs and then the Dennis Northcutts and the Unas and the offensive line. I mean, we had a lot of guys coming back on those teams, and the leaders, guys like Irby, man, that is that leader. People a lot of times you hear about the emotional leader, but also play when you're out there at practice and you're in games, you're making big plays. I think guys like this are just so invaluable to the team because your coach can use these guys as an example. Like, look how bad this guy want to play. This guy walked on. This guy paid his way. This guy didn't have food. This guy didn't have a place to live. And that, the other players that's on scholarship and stuff, man, they take to that, man. You hear that, and it resonates with you, man, and it makes you want to play harder. And to see that kid have a game like that, man, it kind of gets you a little emotional because, I mean, you can understand that how many times that he could have gave up on himself or just man, God knows what the kid could have been thinking, a lot of time, because this stuff, people don't realize this sports stuff, man, we giving guys a lot of mental issues and mental problems and things like that, man. And to see him persevere through this and to be able to win a championship and to win 10 games, this could help him the rest of his life. Not even about football, but about he can always look back and see that, man, I can overcome things. I can get through stuff, because I've been in a tough situation. So I'm extremely proud of him for not giving up. He could be a tremendous coach. I see the way he relates to guys. He's personable. You see how he's on the mic, grabbing the mic and everything. So and you see a knowledge for the game with the plays that he was making, the stuff that he was doing on the field. It just wasn't about athletic ability. I mean, most guys just go, most guys just go tackle you. Yeah. No, he's going there with an intent to try to make a play. He know in a big game like this, you got to make a play. I said, I'm being long-winded, but I said before the game, I said tackling. And Kevin Hunter said, usually how many tackles you miss is how much you lose by.
Right, yeah.
And you go back and look at these guys, even when the offense wasn't playing well, that defense was knocking heads and making things happen.
Hey, if Irby doesn't go into coaching, he could probably go into maybe prize fighting because that was a sick right hook. I mean, he punched that ball, fellas. I mean, that was a punch. It was perfect timing.
Yeah. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We are streaming this show on a number of platforms. Video, we are streaming on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter at Wildcats 1290. Twitter at Wildcats Radio 1290. Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube. We are also streaming on our website, wildcatsradio1290.com. If you download our app, I went yesterday and I finally got the live video stream. So that's working on the app right now. Text app to 848-1290. Text app to 848-1290. We'll send you a link. You can download our app. You can watch this show right now. You can listen to this show right now. You can see all of our stories up that we've got throughout the week and whatnot. We've got everything. We're covering the Suns. We got the Coyotes. We got the Cardinals. We got everything. So head on over and get that app so you've got us wherever you want to go. Let's talk to Howie. Howie, you are on Wildcats Radio 1290, Meridian Wealth Management postgame show after Arizona beats Oklahoma to win the Alamo Bowl.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was thinking after that last guy called, like his uncle, wouldn't sleep after the Wildcats lost. Just think Glenn and Kelvin and JW, if we didn't sleep after the last game of all these football seasons that I've been calling all these years, we'd be pushing up roses.
Man.
I know we'd be like zombies. I don't know. I was thinking, Kelvin on that 12-1 team. I'm still angry at Deshaun Foster and Cade McNown for screwing up the Rose Bowl for.
Man, all he had to do is win in the rain.
I know. I remember that game like it was yesterday, man. We were shooting for a perfect season, and they messed it up. Anyways, I was noticing about this game when they started rolling out Noah from the pocket. They were hanging him in the pocket just to get clobbered. They rolled him out, and he was, he's really good at that, running with the ball and then passing. And I know Coach Fish wants him to run a little more. And I think that's a good idea. He's not a bad runner. He's not great, but he's not bad. And I was also noticing the defense was changing it up a little bit.
Well, they had to. They were dropping guys. I mean, Takario Davis went out of the game early, so that totally, had to make changes in the secondary there. We saw a lot more DJ Warnell, I think, than we had seen this season. He made the bad play on the PI in the end zone, but he also had a sack late in the game. So, I mean, again, you had a lot of younger guys out there playing. Dylan Wyatt was out there. Yates was out there as well. Yeah, there were a lot of different guys out there today.
And that's when we started laying the hammer to them. They couldn't pass. We were even getting to the quarterback, because they didn't know what to expect. But, hey, I was listening to an interview with, I think JW was talking about strength and conditioning. And I was listening to an interview with Kyle Whittingham, the coach of Utah, and it was real interesting. A while ago, he went out and bought or, got like one of the best strength and conditioning coaches that you could buy, and look at the Utes. I mean, they've just blossomed, and I think that's true. It's a big part of the game that a lot of people don't even mention. The strength and conditioning of the guys, the eating, and the whole darn thing.
We talked about that almost the entire first segment tonight.
And what I'll say about that as well is that a lot of people don't understand the strength and conditioning coaches around the players almost more than the coach.
That's right.
Trust
I can
me.
tell you that for a fact, from a personal experience. We're around the guys more than the coaches are because we get them longer. When I was at Pima, we had them, I'm with them all the time, 5 days a week. And then, the coaches are not even around.
Summer.
Yeah, spring, summer. Then you go run. Then you go do, all kinds of stuff. And those guys, I think, they have everything. I mean, everything that you need, because I was looking at all the stuff that they have. They can monitor how many miles an hour you're going, at practice, so they know when guys are not working hard. Can you imagine that, Kelvin? If guys, how many guys would be in trouble? Because they'd be like, you'd be like, you were working hard today. You talking
and it's
about
crazy, and it's on the computer right there. And it'll go green if you did good. It'll go red if you don't. Immediate.
Yeah, so
the players on our team combined have gained 994 pounds. Which is one saltwater crocodile.
Yes.
One saltwater crocodile.
They know every single thing about what's going on, all the metrics.
Somebody thinking about Florida.
And you just got to be good. You got to be able to do all the stuff, all the good stuff, man. And just the science is good.
Glenn, maybe I should hire one. Get off that couch, Howie. Get off here. I can't say it on radio.
Howie, extend your warranty.
But Howie, I heard you say something about Fafita running around, and I disagree with you. That's how he got the starting position from JDL.
Yeah,
that's like little guys got to be careful out there, man. I was a little afraid for him today. Now them boys were getting to him.
No, I saw him getting just clobbered standing in the pocket.
I ain't never seen him get hit like this.
Oh man, the one sack where the guy hit him like across the back of the head. I was like, oh my god.
And then though, in the 95-yard go-ahead touchdown drive on the very first play from the 5-yard line, he scrambled for 5 and went head. He did not slide, fellas. He drove for extra yardage.
He does that
after all that contact. That was in the 4th. So I mean, it's not like he's
now
in there
remember
scared.
that. Now that was
he better get scared. I'm telling you.
And again, that was something that we debated that a number of years ago, whether it was better to slide feet first or whether to go head first. And I think the prevailing notion now is it's better. You have less injuries if you go head first than if you go feet first.
Yeah. He's not, you guys know this. He's not a big dude either.
No.
He's what, about 5'10"?
No.
Well, we saw
5'10" was still
5.
Well, and this was the first game we
Who's
really
taller, Fafita or Damon?
Damon for sure. Damon for sure. Damon could post him up.
Yeah. Hey, you guys do a great job, and it's going to be an interesting season next year. I've been watching like most of the bowl games and trying to catch the Big 12 games and just seeing what they got. We're going to compete with them. We're going to we're going to do a good job.
One thing that I noticed about the next season is we should be able to get off to a good start. We got New Mexico and NAU at the beginning, so we get a chance to extend that win streak to get that good feeling going. But Manhattan, Kansas State.
Yeah. I know. Those fans are rabid. It's
going to be a little different Wildcat. It's going to be a little different Wildcat over there.
That ain't a golden bear. That's a Wildcat.
Kelvin, have you ever been in Lubbock?
What'd you say?
Kelvin, have you ever been in Lubbock, Texas?
Never. Oh, yeah. Oh, have you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas Tech. I've been in the airport over there and driven over to Clovis, New Mexico. It's like an hour and 30 minutes of nothing.
Desert.
Well, I'll tell you what, you'll go to Lubbock and there'll be 50,000 people there. So that's what you can expect in the Big 12. There's some outposts, and I talked to a Big 12 parent over the holiday weekend who said it is not an easy travel league for fans. So get used to that. Get used to get the difficulty in getting to some of these places because you can't just some of them you can't just fly directly into. You got to fly into a bigger place and then drive over. So get used to that as well in the Big 12. It's the days of flying into San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Seattle, and Phoenix, and Portland are over.
I know it's going to make like going into Pullman like going into Vegas.
Yeah, going to Pullman. You got to fly into Moscow.
Yeah, I said that's the reason why I didn't go. I'm from Texas, and the reason why I didn't even entertain none of them schools. I'm like, I'm not going to Ames. I'm not going to. I didn't want to go to Norman. I'm like, what? Like, I wanted to, or do you got a chance to go to L.A., to USC, Seattle, Portland? No, I'm out of here.
You know what's going to be funny is these California kids flying over to College Park, Maryland. That's like 2,000 miles from there.
That's Central Florida.
Gonna be nuts. Hey, Howie, we appreciate your call. Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you guys for everything you do.
All right. Jacob Cowing was named the offensive most valuable player of this game. Gunnar Maldonado was the defensive MVP. We'll get into those numbers and all of that straight ahead. Take more of your calls. This is the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. Arizona knocks off Oklahoma 38-24 to win the Valero Alamo Bowl with Kelvin Ifan, J.W. Madden, and Glenn Howe. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show is brought to you in part by Advanced Auto Care, Crest Insurance Group, Desert Diamond Casinos, First Chiropractic, Frog and Firkin, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, the Pulse the Results team with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona, Royal GMC Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, the Window Depot, Blue Whale Car Wash, Caruso's Italian Restaurant, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, The Diamond Store, Goldberg and Osborne, Goodfellas AC.
Broadway in Tucson presents the Rockin' 2023-2024 season featuring 8 blockbuster productions including Disney's Aladdin, The Book of Mormon, Hairspray, and Chicago. Enjoy the Southern Arizona musical premieres of Tina, the Tina Turner Musical, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Time of the Temptations, MJ the Musical, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Secure your choice season tickets today and get the ultimate in flexibility and the lowest prices all season. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your season tickets today.
O'Reilly Chevrolet and Wildcat football have been intertwined for almost a century. O'Reilly opened their doors in 1924. 2 years later, in the fall of '26, gravely injured U of A quarterback Button Salmon told the team to bear down, and the rest is school history. It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, and we invite you to test drive our history-making Silverados. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcast. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
What do you mean, trenchless?
Means no trench.
But it's the sewer line.
And they did it without ruining my yard.
The yard we're standing in?
The very same.
I don't know if I trust that.
I trust that because I trust them.
Them?
Ram Plumbing.
Locally owned and operated Ram Plumbing, offering a comprehensive range of plumbing services from fixtures to installation to trenchless sewer replacement. Turn to Tucson's most trusted plumber. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out.
Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates is your authorized local LiftMaster dealer. Visit KaiserDoor.com for more information.
Hi, this is Natalie Fernandez-Lee, President of Meridian Wealth Management. As a fiduciary investment firm, our clients have trusted us to guide them down their financial paths for decades. Whether you are an individual or family, business, foundation, or nonprofit, we are committed to your long-term goals and financial futures. We are proud supporters of the Tucson community and all that makes our city so special. Visit online at meridianwealthllc.com to learn more about Meridian.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
True Wildcat fans know that when you're looking for the best place to watch all the big games on big screens, drinking cold beer and having the best food, all paths lead to Desert Diamond. Bet on your Wildcats and all your favorite teams 24/7 on our easy-to-use kiosks. Come chill on our comfy couches and build your best bet at Arizona's best bet, the Desert Diamond Sportsbook and Bar.
Enterprise of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Desert Diamond Casino is licensed in Arizona.
You want to protect her. You'll give anything to make sure nothing harms her. Every minute together makes unforgettable memories. Except that time you parked her under that tree and...
Oh, come on, man. Really?
Sorry, we'll never speak of it again. But remember who came to her rescue? Recon Auto Detailing. Arizona's premier auto detailing company comes directly to you. We'll make your masterpiece shine like it should, and with a monthly maintenance package, we'll keep it that way. Recon Auto Detailing. Online at recondetail.com.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats football radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Speed rush to the line. Fafita will take the snap. Straight back to throw. They pick up the blitz. Looking deep. Going deep. Trying to find McMillan. Comes back for the ball. Makes the catch at the Oklahoma 44-yard line. First down, Arizona to the Sooners 40. Wow.
How did the 1290 crew do today with their best bets? Let's find out how they did in today's pregame show. Today's best bets are brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet.
All right, U of A was 2.5-point favorite in this game, and they covered that dramatically by 14. The over-under was 60. The final scoring total was 72.
Yep.
So the big winner tonight is Glenn Howe.
That's
he gave
right.
the 2.5 U of A and took the over. He was the only person that took the over. Calvin and J-Dub both laid the line with U of A in the 2.5, but took the under. So they push. And I came out on the totally losing end because all I was really doing was watching the Browns anyway. I took the Oklahoma Sooners, the 2.5 and the under. And that was a big-time loser. David Njoku, are you kidding me? He's Joe Flacco is making him a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
he's making him a Hall of Famer. And he doesn't even, we'll digress a little bit here. He doesn't even, look like he's really running that hard.
Yes.
He's just
He's just easy peasy, man.
Yeah.
He's just easy. But those were the fast dudes, dude. They run like they don't run, not running hard.
All right, the offensive line, no Jordan Morgan tonight. They did a number of things in this game that we kind of talked about on the front side. Joe Bourgeon got the start at right tackle. They moved Raymond Polito over to left tackle. They slid Jonas Savianaya inside to right guard. Obviously, it started well. They were up 13-0, but then Oklahoma kind of started to figure some things out. And they got that line got exposed in the middle part of the ball game.
Yeah, I think we had some issues. Just a little bit. They were a little bit more athletic than us up front on the edges. I think we just got to get better that way.
More physical too.
Yeah, physical. Yeah. The center got thrown around a little bit too.
Yeah.
So we got to get a little bit more physical. I think that when it counted, when we needed it, they held in there. They held in there. I think Noah had some time to throw, and they did a good job. But there was at times when I think we missed on a touchdown when we had a pressure that we had hitting T-Mac over the middle. He was right on the 5-yard line. I think it was like 5 or 10-yard line, and he overthrew him and threw it behind him because he was pressured. He could have just drilled it in. He could have walked into the end zone. So we got to get better there on protecting our quarterback.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Go ahead, Kelvin.
And I also feel like that's the reason why sometimes you just have to run the football, Glenn. Yeah, right? Because
absolutely.
Because if the other team know you're just passing, at some point they're gonna get to you.
Yeah. I think we gave up on the run a little bit too easily.
Yeah, and it's hard to how that is. You win, so you don't think so. Yeah. But when you really look at that thing, DJ Williams, Jonah Coleman, you expected to see a little bit more of those guys. I know when you got to the second and third quarter, we kind of didn't have the ball because they was getting a lot of 3-and-outs, during those times. So I'm sure that kind of changed around the game plan. But I think a lot of the problem the offensive line was having was no run game. When you don't have a run game, you don't get a chance to get off the ball and hit them guys.
Yeah.
And so now they just pin back, coming at you, knocking you guys down, and running over your offensive linemen and things because they kind of know what's coming.
Sometimes you feel a little stubborn when you want to do the pass game. You're just stubborn. You're just going to keep passing it. But also you have to be stubborn on the run game too. I think you have to be stubborn at finding a way to just let your big guys get in a rhythm and run the football. I think they just totally abandoned it, which I thought was a little bit too early for them to do that.
All right, just 29 yards rushing in this ball game for the Wildcats, but a big 19 of those coming from DJ Williams to salt away the game in the final 3 minutes. Those are your best bets for today.
And that's how the 1290 crew did with their best bets. Today's best bets were brought to you by Desert Diamond Sportsbook, Arizona's best bet. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We have the Arizona Wildcats covered on game day like no one else. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's go back to the phones and talk to Doug in Tucson. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show after Arizona wins the Alamo Bowl over Oklahoma 38-24.
How sweet it is. Bear down, guys.
Bear down, Doug.
An amazing season, an amazing night. So just thrilled to be able to share it with you guys and all my Arizona friends out there. And it's historic. I listened to the pregame and got to hear, George Malulu and all these other great, Reggie McGill and all these other former Cats and, and Glenn just talking and Kelvin just talking nostalgically about their glory years, And then tonight, while I was sitting here on hold, I was thinking, this year's team, imagine them 20, 25, 30 years from now, right? they're going to be the ones getting phone calls from whoever's doing the radio show. It'll clearly be David and J-Dub, but at that time. But they're going to be getting phone calls like, "Hey, come on back and recollect about the 2023 season," because this is a special year, and it's just more. It's more than just all the individual pieces. You could hear it in the post-game press conference. And by the way, thanks for playing that whole thing for us. You could just hear guys not wanting to take individual glory and giving it up to all their teammates, and Irby in the post-game TV interview I saw. I mean, it's all about, thanking their families and thanking each other. And it's not about me. And I just love that about this team. We don't know what the future is going to hold. And a lot of times, as soon as the season ends, people just want to start looking to the future. And, hey, maybe this will be the start of a long streak of 10-win seasons. Maybe it won't. Maybe this is a one-year spike. God forbid. I hope not. But whatever it is, I'm just going to enjoy it for what it was. And it was magical. It was just amazing that, coming off of being 3-3, we looked good against Washington and USC, but still we were 3-3. And, pretty daunting schedule up ahead. We had I think 5 of our remaining 7 games were against teams that were ranked at that time. I'll rattle them off: Washington State, UCLA, Oregon State, Utah, and Colorado. They were all ranked at that time. And then we just go and start beating them all? I mean, who saw that coming? It's unbelievable. I'll tell you who saw it coming: Paul and Phoenix. Yeah. I mean, that post-game show, after we were 3-3, I heard him say that, and I almost spit out whatever I was drinking because I'm like, come on, dude. 9-3? Come on.
All did.
At least be realistic. Just go at least say 7-5. Come on, just be realistic, Just don't be such a, pie in the sky saying we're going to win every game. Give me a break, And we didn't just do that, but then we go out and win them all, and we beat one of the college football juggernauts, in a bowl game to go 10-3. It's just amazing. I love it.
Just the
it's
fourth
awesome.
team in school history to win double-digit games. That's insane. 1993, 1998, 2014, and now 2023.
Absolutely. And I was at all those games. I've been a season ticket holder for a long time. I've been going to the games since Glenn's years, and props to every one of us who was sitting there through the lean years, I mean, I went to every home game when we went 1-11, and I'll be honest, at my age, I'm not that old, but I rushed the field when we beat Cal because it meant a lot to get off the
I had to do it.
I wasn't the only guy, in my age out there on the grass either, because it just meant so much to have that breakthrough. And then ever since then, it's just been up and up and up. And I think it's just loyalty is to be rewarded. Jed's been loyal to his guys, and fans have been loyal to the team. And even in the course of this game, when things went south in the second quarter, just not losing hope. I mean, I saw a lot of people, again, sorry, J-Dub, on social media who were just giving up hope and saying we should put in this guy and that guy and this unit on our squad is trash and blah, blah, blah. And I just thought, have you guys been watching this team all year? They don't quit fighting until the zero's on the clock, And sure enough, I mean, look at that. We just beat Oklahoma only playing 2 good quarters. Imagine if we could play 4 good quarters. So, I don't know, man. It's just a lot to be thrilled about. And it also, you guys are always great about mentioning all the peripheral people involved in the program. And it's not just the star players. It's all the backups. I mean, you guys watch spring practice and fall camp. And I didn't know Dalton Johnson's name or Takario Davis's name coming into the season. I had no clue. But you guys know that stuff. But then you also mention things like the trainers and the strength and conditioning and the band and, I mean, all the administrators. And it's a whole big team effort, And so I'm so happy for all of them that they got to make this trip. Usually we're done playing around Thanksgiving, and then we watch all the other teams play bowl games. And I'm just so excited for every one of them, the people that push the carts with all the dirty laundry in it. I mean, all of it, the guys that drive the truck, anybody. Just to feel that they were part of something really special this year, and for people in the community who question investing in sports, it's this is actually a very profitable venture. I mean, football makes more money than basketball does even. And so you kind of have to spend money to make money. And I think we're going to see that in this offseason. We're going to have to invest in the program and keep it growing, but it pays back in big dividends. And not just financially, but it brings the community together. Tommy Lloyd has talked about that too, that, he and his guys are proud to represent the community. because a team can really bring a city together like almost nothing else. And so I'm so appreciative of this year's team for that.
Outstanding, Doug. Hey, we appreciate you calling in as always, and look forward to talking to you maybe tomorrow night after basketball. I should say tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Tonight after basketball.
What do you mean maybe?
What do you mean maybe? Right. Any word on a welcome back rally for the football team?
I don't know.
Have some great ones for basketball through the years.
I would think there's probably not going to be any. I mean, Jed Fish indicated in the postgame press conference that they were going to let the kids go and spend the New Year's with their families. So there might be something. There won't be anything initially right away, I would think, because school doesn't start for another week and a half plus. So I would think maybe when everybody gets back on campus, I would imagine they'll maybe even honored at a basketball game. I don't know if there'll be anything separate of that. There could be too, but I'm definitely.
Doug, you remember? Remember the first Final Four when the team came back and everybody went in the football stadium?
Yeah, and Lute danced on the stage.
Right.
Yep.
So maybe, school's out right now. It's a holiday. We got New Year's coming up in a few days, but maybe when school gets back in session, they can put something like that together and get Tucson out to represent and really thank this team.
It would be a lot of fun. Yeah, they deserve it. I was also reminiscing about that with my buddy I watched the game with tonight, and at the 94 rally, I think it was Damon Stoudemire who teased the crowd and made it sound like he was going to the NBA. I don't know if Kelvin was there or remember that, but he was like, well, after a lot of contemplation, thinking about my future, I finally decided that I'm coming back next year, and the crowd went crazy. So those rallies are a lot of fun. Yeah, that would be, if nothing else, I'm sure they'll do it at halftime of the Colorado game or something, but they deserve it. They really, this is an amazing year. So thank you guys for all you've done all year long, and we look forward to it next year.
Thank you very much, Doug. Let's get one more in before we go to break here. Let's talk to John. You're on the Meridian Wealth Management post-game show. Wildcats knock off Oklahoma 38-24.
Yeah, just right there. Listening to you just say what you just said, Arizona beats Oklahoma 38-24. 2 years ago, we were 1-11.
1-11. It's crazy. We're talking
before that.
We're talking all week about Oklahoma because it's such a national program. We all have memories. I have memories of Oklahoma football, growing up, and we were talking about that this week. Billy Sims and Marcus Dupree and Jamel Holloway, East Southern California. I remember I was in college, and a lot of the guys I knew on the USC team had played with Jamel Holloway, so he was a big deal back in the 80s. And Bosworth was there. They interviewed him on the game.
Did you hear Bosworth?
Yeah.
He was pretty cocky about that interview.
He was.
He was like saying that the game was over. Like it was over. And I would
whole time I didn't know he was the sheriff of Dr.
at the end of the game.
Wait.
I just put two and two together tonight that he's been the sheriff of Dr. Pepperville this whole time. I had no idea. So that's hilarious. But, and I want to say this. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but in the fourth quarter, we put 65 and we put Magnuson in.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we sat 62.
Yes.
And when we did that.
At that early.
I don't know why they didn't start Leaf Magnuson. That's what I said all week. I was like, put Leaf Magnuson in at guard, move Polito over to tackle, and let's go.
Yeah.
Leaf Magnuson has been as solid as they come. And I know these other guys maybe have a higher upside, but that kid is just solid. He's solid.
And sometimes that's that glue guy that brings a line together. Does somebody that, you look at where we're at, you guys, and these guys are young.
That's when it changed when they put him in.
Yeah, that's point blank, Glenn. That's when it changed. We drove the field, and oh, by the way, winning players make winning plays, and the play that Fafita makes to Cowing, the play design, but the pass, sometimes special players make really good plays.
Yeah,
and all the way around. That was just a special play.
Who was saying that Fafita can't throw the long ball?
I think I might have said that.
I wasn't too. I wasn't quite sure either.
Kelvin too, man.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure.
I get it because you weren't sure exactly because he hadn't really done it. Until he does it, you don't know if he can do it.
Well, the crazy thing about his arm strength to me is the off balance stuff, right? He could sling it out there when he's not got his feet set. I don't know about setting his feet and getting it as far as a lot of other QBs can. That kind of arm strength, deep balls. But when he's off balance, back foot kind of throws.
He got a little zip on it.
Exactly, that flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
So, I want to say this, you guys. I'm going to tackle this from a little different angle. Sometimes you got to recognize when you have somebody, an elite level CEO type of person, and, if there's a way you guys could find a list of people that have spoken to the players in our program and just came and talked to them, just as a favor to Jed Fish. Because, you look at that and you can't, the weight that's worth in recruiting and in talking about how you can go into a house and sell that to an 18-year-old's parents about, hey, look, this is the right information and we're going to develop you the right way. It's been, the way that everything is done is just top level. He has people coming and talking to players that are elite people, and they come multiple times to talk to our players. There's something to be said for what that represents about what they think about your football coach.
Absolutely. I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. It's evident in the way that these kids look at him. I mean, look at him and Jaden, that embrace at the end of the game. And we read the note that Jed, put on Twitter to Jaden, thanking him for just being the ultimate teammate. I think you're right. I mean, this guy is he's a little bit different, I think, than he understands. And again, it's that NFL mentality. I think he understands how an organization is supposed to work. And I think there's maybe a lot of coaches that don't necessarily understand that nowadays. They know how to coach, but they don't know how to structure an organization and set it up for, the kids to be successful, not only at this level, but for everything that has to happen after this level. It's the whole being a pro thing and getting them ready for whether being a pro is in the National Football League or being a pro is in the in whatever office they're going to walk into when they leave college.
Yeah, it's goosebump worthy. Yeah. It really is. I got a question for you guys, Kelvin. This is geared towards you a little bit and to Glenn, and I'll let you guys go on. This guys, I got a tea time in the morning, and I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do with myself. Right. Yeah, I got a pot of coffee. I might just turn. Yeah. Anyways, okay, next year. Right now, we're top 12 team. Where are we not where we need to be to compete for a championship? Where do we have to get better? And then he talks about recruiting winning kids from winning programs. So, Kelvin, what are those programs in Texas that we want to make hay with? In the next couple of years, and I'll let you guys kind of have that. Man, what a great, beautiful season! Just so much to be grateful for everything, you guys. This has just been one of those special years, and I'm very proud.
Well, one thing I think we need to find 2 more offensive linemen.
Yeah.
2 more offensive linemen, and we need 2 more tight ends,
linebackers, and
we need a linebacker. And I think our defensive backfield is solid.
So, okay.
And I think our defensive line is, if we can get one other guy that is just a powerful, rush guy.
Yeah, you still need that. You still need that dominant edge guy.
Yeah, we have the guy that's the 2 guys, Deuce and Isaiah Ward. Those guys are great. They're just relentless guys, but as speed guys. But we need that dominant guy that's about 6'5", 270 that can just get after it and just get there. He can get there when he wants to, and I think that. And then those are the positions I think we really need to have to fill. Other than that.
And Kelvin, who are those schools in Texas we need to be attacking?
Well, right now, all the state championships are coming out of Dallas and out of the south side of Dallas with Duncanville High School, which KJ Lewis went to that school, but they're more famous for football at the moment. And then DeSoto High School, South Oak Cliff High School. Yeah. I think we for sure got to get in there and grab a few of those guys up out of there, because I think that could get that connection going back with Texas. And you already got California, you already got the island, island boys going. You bring some more of them Texas boys, to add in, because you remember the guy that won defensive bowl MVP. That's a Texas boy from Katy.
Yeah.
Right? A state champion. So all these schools that I'm naming are state championship type teams and type players. Those are the type of guys you want on the team.
Yeah.
But that's what we're recruiting. And that's what's beautiful to me is we're doing it with high-level kids that come from high-level programs that, you know what it's like, man, when you're part of winning things and you see what it's like to do it at a high level. The work ethic you got to put in, the fundamentals that have to be executed. I'm going to let you guys go because I could talk for a while, but it's been just a beautiful season, and I just feel like everything's in a good place. If they sprinkle in maybe a few guys in the portal, I'm with you guys. Just a couple more impact players, and
see, and another thing I want to add to that. You know what? Another thing we got to add. I just hope Jed understands that he understands the position that we're in going into the Big 12. We're going to be either 1, 2, or 3 in the Big 12 when we go in. That's what I think we stand.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Baylor's going to be back. I mean, they were a little down this year. I think Baylor's going to be back.
But we're going into next year. We're going into next year. Based on what's
Don't
happened.
Sleep on Iowa State.
Yeah, I know. There's some other teams, but going into next year, you think about after this bowl season.
I'm gonna throw one at you, Colorado.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna throw one
Colorado's
at you.
Gonna be,
looking at what U of A has done and Jed Fisher's done.
Yeah, I think Colorado's gonna be good. But what we are at right now, if we can finish the position that we are going into the Big 12, well, now there's only four big conferences. Now there's only going to be 4, so then you might get 3 from a conference. So if we play well, we can get into playoffs.
Yeah, Utah's pretty good still too.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I said. It's going to be Utah, Oklahoma State, or us. That's what I think it is.
And I think one of the best things for our season coming into next year is that we don't have to start the season with Penn State.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing, man. I was thinking the same thing.
Because I thought that was crazy going into that 99 year. Little ambitions. I know it was already on the schedule. I mean, they didn't just make it up the year before. But, man, that's a tough game to go into because you lose that game and now your
water
momentum
on the fire.
Right and they got, they got both raced. Yeah. Right? So
that was water on the fire.
So get New Mexico on August 31st. That's just gonna,
Well, hey, I got my season tickets already before the Alamo Bowl. We went ahead and got tickets for next year, and I haven't had them for probably about 8 years. So I'm gonna be at least two. We'll be 2 stronger next year.
Yes, sir.
I'm there, but guys, it's gonna be exciting, and it's just one of those times where you gotta recognize just how awesome this was all the way around. Just a lot of positive energy all the way around, and just a lot to be grateful for, you guys.
Thanks, John. Appreciate you. 520-848-1290. We'll get a break in here. Stay on the line. If you are on it, we'll take more of your calls. We'll get to our keys to the game, scoreboard, and a whole lot more. Just celebrating Arizona football tonight. The Wildcats win the Valero Alamo Bowl 38-24, knocking off the Oklahoma Sooners to finish on a 7-game winning streak at 10-3. With Kelvin Ifan, J.W. Madden, Glenn Hom, David Kelly, you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you in part by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, the Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, and University Termite and Pest Control.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Rightway will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. We will give you up to $2,000 trade-in plus 0% interest up to 60 months. Manufacturer rebates plus 10-year parts and labor warranty on a new heating and air system.
Have an aging heating and air system? Out of warranty? We'll inspect it absolutely free. Call Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing today.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rock & Kay, nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills. Enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Hit the community trails, explore local parks like Saguaro National and Colossal Cave, and mingle at private Diamond Community Park events. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rock & Kay is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 11 different model homes by top-tier builders, offering move-in-ready homes and special incentives. Live RockandK.com. Designed by Nature, proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Are you ready to adopt? Come to the Humane Society of Southern Arizona. When you adopt from us, you will save more than one life. You'll also make room for the next pet in need. The Humane Society of Southern Arizona has been compassionately serving pets and the people who love them since 1944. Our knowledgeable adoption matchmakers will help you find the right pet for your home and support you after you adopt. We are open 7 days a week at our main campus at 635 West Roger Road. Learn more and see adoptable pets at hssaz.org.
As a homeowner, you've probably seen some pretty bad plumbing problems.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
Ram's Plumbing kept entire buildings flowing. Businesses since 1983.
Wow, so whatever happens to my house...
We've seen it before, and we have the solution. Locally owned and operated Ram Plumbing is Tucson's most trusted plumber. Our team of licensed professionals can fix anything your home can dish out. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Take a moment and think of one thing that you really wanted to do recently, but you didn't because your foot, leg, or back pain got in the way. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and that's why we're here, to help you get back out there. Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store are designed to alleviate foot, knee, hip, and back pain, plus provide improved balance, more comfort, and, well, a better life. Try them for yourself with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Go to the Good Feet store at 4811 East Grant Road or at goodfeet.com.
Does it feel like the price of everything is going up, up, up? We can't control the price of gas or groceries, but at Royal Buick GMC, we never add market adjustments, even while other dealers add fees because inventory is limited. At Royal Buick GMC, you can rest assured you won't pay market adjustments, and we stand by our transparent online pricing. Royal Buick GMC, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer-installed options, and $529 doc fee. Royal Buick GMC, in the Auto Mall and at RoyalTucson.com.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Don't let heating or plumbing problems spoil your holidays. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We'd like to wish you a safe and happy holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. When you need us, call 520-440-4069 for honest service to the Tucson area for over 22 years.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Old Pueblo Harley-Davidson wants your bike. Call us or visit our website to schedule an appointment or stop by today to receive an inspection and an offer. Whether you're looking to trade in and trade up or just looking for some extra money, we're prepared to make you a tempting offer. Don't deal with the hassle of selling it to a stranger. We're here to make the process quick and easy. Only at Pueblo Harley-Davidson or online at PuebloHarley.com. Again, stop into Old Pueblo Harley-Davidson or online at OldPuebloHarley.com. Some restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Stoops in motion. Circles around, play fake to him. Arnold fires the pass, and it's knocked up in the air, intercepted by Arizona. Cats with the ball back the other way. Out to the 30, out to the 40. Maldonado down the near sideline with a posse, one man to beat. Maldonado at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Arizona. Gunnar Maldonado.
3 interceptions for the Arizona Wildcats in this ball game. They'll finish with 9 on the season. That's their most since they had 11 in 2019. There was one other stat that I wanted to point out. Jacob Cowing, 2 touchdown receptions tonight, giving him 13 for the season, the most in a single season in Arizona Wildcats history.
My question to that is this: when did they start counting bowl game touchdowns?
Oh, well, I would imagine they always did, didn't they?
No, because I know I got a couple bowl game touchdowns that's not counted on mine. A few. I had 2 from the Holiday. I mean, 1 from the Holiday and 2 from the Inside.com Bowl that's not counted on my totals.
Okay, well, we'll have to look into that.
When did they start doing that?
As soon as you retire, Kelvin, that's when your eligibility ran out. That's when they changed the rules.
As soon as you left, that's when they changed the rules.
Yeah, because I keep people are like, oh, you had 16 touchdowns. Like, no, I had 17, and but for some reason it's not counted, and so I'm like, but they're counting his bowl. So I'm just wondering how this goes.
So 17 touchdowns was the most.
Cowing has 13.
No, passing.
Oh, passing.
Okay. Reception.
Okay. What's the most for running touchdown? You?
I think I'm 10th now.
10th
now, yeah.
Who had more than you?
I think Kadeem.
You mean for a career or single season?
Oh, single
this
season.
is single season.
Oh, I don't know where I'm at. I gotta look at that one again. I gotta look at it again. But I thought Kadeem and maybe.
I'll go get the book later. we can look it up. 520-848-1290. Let's before we get into our keys, let's hear from Scott. Scott, you are on the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show. Wildcats Radio 1290. Wildcats beat the Oklahoma Sooners 38-24.
Yeah, I went away from the radio for a few minutes, and it was 24-13, and I thought, well, they had a great season and they did a great job in this bowl game, and they hung in there, and then I come back, and all of a sudden I realize, hey, somewhere in there we got a touchdown, and I guess that was kind of a Chuck Cecil type moment when we got the ball and took it from.
You just heard it.
It was a total. It was almost like a pick six type thing.
Yeah, you just heard it there at the top of that segment.
That was a shocking, and I think not only that, but I think that kind of gave our guys a little more energy, and also they both the offense and the defensive lines kind of perked up, and they realized, hey, we're not out of this, and it was a tremendous effort. You got to say that those kids overcame a lot of things, not only in this game but the whole season, and they persevered, and it was a tremendous effort, and I think both of the offensive and the defensive coaches have to get a lot of I give them a ton of credit because they kept those guys' spirits up. They never got down, and I think when our guy, I believe it was Gunnar Maldonado that made the big play and ran it in, did the Chuck Cecil run, almost the length of the field, and kind of took the wind out of their sails, and I think that really was a tremendous, that's like a historic moment maybe perhaps in Arizona football history. And I believe they scored like 25 points in the fourth quarter. They were down. What a great comeback to be able to not only come back and tie it up, but then to forge ahead and stay ahead. That's a great effort. And another thing I thought was really fabulous was, I'm not sure, but I think Gunnar Maldonado was there during the lean years, and he stuck it out. And you got to admire his persistence. And he turned out to he was like the Chuck Cecil of Arizona, making the big play, and it kind of just the whole team just kind of rallied around, and they kept believing we can overcome. And it was a great lesson in life. These kids overcame so much during the whole season, and that that came through in tonight's game. They did a great job in the first quarter, and then Oklahoma's lines kind of pushed us around for maybe one or two quarters. But in the fourth quarter, when we had to make a play, our kids did it. And not only that, they kept making plays, and they won that game. That's just a tremendous coaching job, and it's overcoming. And these kids did it, and you got to love their persistence and not giving up attitude the whole season. And this is probably one of the best bowl victories, if not the best bowl victory I can ever remember for U of A. So they should really feel good about themselves, and I look forward to next season. I think it's going to be a tough season, but I think we're going to do well. And Coach Fizz has done a fantastic job, and that's all I have to say. And if you want to play that Gunnar Maldonado moment again, because I missed that, I'd like to hear that again. That was fabulous.
J-Dub, fire that up for Scott. Scott, we appreciate your call. Thank you.
Stoops in motion, circles around, play fake to him. Arnold fires the pass, and it's knocked up in the air, intercepted by Arizona. Cats with the ball back the other way. Out to the 30, out to the 40. Maldonado down the near sideline with a posse, one man to beat. Maldonado at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Arizona. Gunnar Maldonado goes to the house, and the Cats are back in it.
Pick 6. Big time play, Gunnar Maldonado. And it's all spurred again by Arizona's defense just being in position.
You know, guys, Gunnar Maldonado is a kid who's taken a lot of arrows from the fan base, from members of the media here in Tucson. But I tell you what, he just has continued to show up and really improved his play down the stretch. What did you just kind of like about the way that he's handled himself this season, both on and off the field?
I think that the Gunners just improves tremendously. He's become an efficient tackler, and I was one of those critics about him tackling in his early years. You know, not reading as well as far as getting beat deep a lot. Can't remember all this season, you know, except for that one play that we just had today, that he ain't been beat deep. He's not getting beat deep. He's playing physical defense. He's always been a physical guy, but he's always been, you know, there, but it wasn't wrapping up. But now he's a more efficient tackler, and I think he's improved just tremendously.
And I'll say this: Cecil is his coach. Is the safeties coach. So. You know, that's you know, amazing to see him be able to make a play like that, similar to what his coach made. So I'm sure Coach Cecil is just proud as all out, you know, outdoors. But yeah, man, the kid just went to work. You know that. That's the only way you can get better. You went to work and a better team. You didn't have a defensive line to keep those running backs from getting up on you fast, and the quarterbacks had all day to sit back there to throw the ball. So it's going to make you look bad. But when you have a better defense, like we didn't talk about, I remember just a year ago, 2 years ago, we didn't have any defensive line.
Yeah.
So now you got defensive, no pass rush. I've seen them running 4 guys in and out.
Yeah.
So right there, that just tells you. I mean, the team got better. Not only did Donald got better, the whole team got better.
The one we didn't talk about yet was Genesis Smith, the first one on the sideline. That was a great read as well.
That was a great catch.
Hey, Kelvin, I got some bad news. I pretty much predicted this, but in 2002, the NCAA decided that they would count stats in bowl games, and they also decided to not make it retroactive. So anybody who played before then don't get their bowl games counted, but everybody after 2002.
So you had 16.
And then the year before I had 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, So that's, that's a little.
I just looked it up, and he's number 4. Number 4 rushing TDs.
It makes you feel better. Barry Sanders had 202 yards and 5 touchdowns in a bowl game, and that don't count either for his stats. So,
All right, we'll get into the break in here. We'll come back. We'll do our keys to the game and begin to put a wrap on this show. Wildcats beat Oklahoma 38-24. It's the Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, along with Kelvin Efon, JW Madden, and Glenn Howe. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Here's an important message from University Termite and Pest Control. The weather is getting cooler here, and so rodents will be seeking alternative housing. Do you need a professional? Call University Termite and Pest Control, 886-4146. They've been serving Tucson since 1974. You can be assured University Termite and Pest Control will keep you pest-free using the most responsible products and application methods. 28 school districts, 3 hospitals, 2 colleges, 1 university, and thousands of homeowners trust University Termite and Pest Control. You can too. Call University Termite and Pest Control today at 886-4146 or go to bepestfree.com.
The Window Depot is proud to sponsor the first look at today's game and would like to invite Arizona Wildcat fans to visit one of their Tucson warehouses. The Window Depot provides over 1,000 in-stock vinyl windows, interior and exterior doors, plus granite and quartz countertops, and a huge selection of custom cabinetry, all at the lowest prices in town. Consider the Window Depot your MVP when it comes to your home improvement needs. Stores are open Monday through Saturday, or order online at thewindowdepot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
As a homeowner, you've probably seen some pretty bad plumbing problems.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
We've seen them all.
All of them?
Rams Plumbing kept entire buildings flowing. Businesses since 1983.
Wow, so whatever happens to my house...
We've seen it before, and we have the solution. Locally owned and operated, Ram Plumbing is Tucson's most trusted plumber. Our team of licensed professionals can fix anything your home can dish out. When your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double. Online at bestplumbertucson.com.
Caruso's, a Tucson tradition since 1938, located on historic 4th Avenue. For 4 generations, Caruso's handmade sauce has been prepared with love by a family member, using only the best ingredients. Enjoy specialty Italian dishes like lasagna al forno, chicken tetrazzini, real Italian sausages, spectacular pizza, as well as many vegetarian options. Caruso's offers outdoor dining on their garden patio, with indoor dining also available. Open Tuesday through Sunday, with all your favorites available for takeout. For more information, call 520-624-5765 or visit their website at carusositalian.com.
Desperate buyers have created tremendous opportunity for sellers. If you've had the slightest thought of selling your home, it's time to call Sean Poston with the Poston Results Team at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Why choose the Poston Results Team? Past performance, more money in your pocket, over a 65% referral rate, an incredible Poston Results Team staff, and most important, communication, because you and your home matter. The Poston Results Team. When buying and selling really mattered, go to TucsonHomeValues.com. That's TucsonHomeValues with an S.com.
O'Reilly Chevrolet and Wildcat football have been intertwined for almost a century. O'Reilly opened their doors in 1924. 2 years later, in the fall of '26, gravely injured U of A quarterback Button Salmon told the team to bear down, and the rest is school history. It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet, and we invite you to test drive our history-making Silverados. See us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or find new roads at O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet. My heat and air work in a state of disrepair.
Don't let heating or plumbing problems spoil your holidays. I'm Ron Arenas, the owner of Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. We'd like to wish you a safe and happy holiday season and a very Merry Christmas. When you need us, call 520-440-4069 for honest service to the Tucson area for over 22 years.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Get the backyard you've always wanted with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you're ready to dive in, then visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Schedule now and get 3 months of full service free. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. First Choice Pools, the first and only choice.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived. This is the home of the Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Noah Fafita will take the snap from the shotgun. Back to throw, rolling to the right, being chased, fires on the run. Cowie makes the catch. 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arizona. Woo!
What a big-time play. They caught Cowing on a crosser, and he just accelerated up the sidelines, basically went untouched into the end zone. Big-time play by Noah Fafita.
Jacob Cowing with a big-time ball game. He would finish the night, 7 catches, 152 yards, 2 touchdowns. We mentioned he entered the game with 11 touchdowns on the season. That had him in a mega tie with a bunch of guys for the most in a single season. Jerron Kreiner did it twice. He did it in back-to-back seasons. In 2010 and 2011, Jerron Kreiner had 11 touchdowns in each of those seasons. Money Mike Thomas in 2007 had 11 touchdown passes. Austin Hill in 2012 had 11 touchdown receptions. Sean Poindexter in 2018 had 11 touchdown receptions. Theophilus T. Bell did it first in 1974. He had 11. Now Jacob Cowing stands on top of that list for a single season with 13.
He's 7th all time.
Cowing now?
Total receiving touchdowns, yeah.
Yeah. 7th all time.
Kreiner's got 32. Cowing has 20 now. He might have moved past Charlie McKee, so now he might be 6th.
How many T-Mac had?
T-Mac's climbing. How many do you have today? 1?
He didn't have any today.
Okay, so he has
Yeah,
18. 18 for his career.
Yep.
18 and 32 is the record by Jerron Kreiner. T-Bell's got 30 in his career. Your boy, Dennis Northcutt's got 24. Bobby Wade, 23. Mike Thomas, 22. Those are the only guys with 20 or more.
All right, let's review our keys to the game real quick here.
Wildcats fans, how did today's Keys to the Game go for the Wildcats? Keys to the Game are brought to you by the Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive, the dealership that is different.
All right, I believe Glenn went first today?
Yes.
Or was it Kelvin?
Or no, it was you.
It was me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's all find out together, shall we?
My main key tonight is protect Noah Fafita. The Wildcats, this might be one of those games where you got to add a little guy in there to chip, whether that's a running back, a tight end, to add to your pass pro, to be able to allow Noah Fafita to spread the ball around like we've seen him doing. So you might have to take somebody out of the offensive scheme in order to do that. It was tough. 5 sacks Noah took in this ball game, we did see that. We saw Wiley in there on the pass pro several times in this ball game. Did not turn out as well as I would have liked to have in terms of keeping Noah clean. But again, in the end, he was able to make enough plays to get this team down the field in the fourth quarter to win the ball game. And
well, my keys to the game is that we have to be able to run the football. We got to slow those guys on the outside, make sure that they're being honest with the run, so that will slow them up. And then if we don't run the ball, we're not going to. Those guys are going to be teeing off, coming off the edge. So we have to be able to run the ball. And I think the best way to run the ball against the guys that are great rushers, run right at them. That's what we need to do. We need to get the outside play going, doing some bubbles, doing some what Jed usually does, and just be able to put pressure. And then we have to be able to put pressure on the quarterback of Oklahoma. We got to be able to get pressures on him. We got to make him throw, make him think that he has to throw off his back foot, and make sure that he understands that we're coming every single time.
Well, the good news is the Wildcats should be at full strength at the running back position. Everybody should be up for this game. Well, didn't really run the ball well. Didn't protect the quarterback that well. Didn't run the ball well. Six turnovers can turn a lot of keys into the right realm there. The one thing I will say is that you only got 3 sacks on defense, but you got 6 holding penalties in this ball game. So that was 9 negative plays that you were able to get from your pass rush.
I know you guys want edge rushers like your number one need. I think you heard you say earlier, but Jackson Arnold seemed a little nervous, like right from the get-go. Like they were getting some decent push and getting into the backfield.
I didn't think Seth Luttrell did him very well throwing the ball 4 straight times to start the ball game. I was like, why would you put that kid in that situation right there? coming out of the gate in his first start to throw the ball 4 times and not necessarily, try to get your offense going and get him comfortable early. But
it sounds like
he did settle down.
It sounds like they didn't really think that they could run the ball against us.
Maybe not.
And they ran for 200.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They had almost 600 yards in this
that
game.
number 27, man.
Yeah,
Man, I would have been.
Had a pretty good ball.
Going to him. Is from,
15 carries, 134 yards.
They were talking about where is he from? He's from California, is he? Yeah, I think he's from California.
Is he a Cali kid?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he was.
All that good Texas blocking.
Yeah.
He's from Colorado, it says here. Littleton.
Oh, yeah, Colorado.
Yeah.
I knew he was from some other than Texas.
A pack country is what you're talking. Pack country.
All right, let's hear Kelvin's keys.
Yeah, my keys is tackling. I think tackling is one of the most important things in bowl games. A lot of missed tackles end up happening because of lack of having live practices. Keeping the penalties down also, because a lot of false starts, a lot of penalties that could get you behind the chains. You want to try to stay away from that as much as possible and run the ball. I think that's the most important thing that you could do to help with Noah at the quarterback position to take a little pressure off that pass rush.
Only 4 penalties tonight, so that was a good thing for the Arizona Wildcats. There was a point in the third quarter where there was one play where they missed like 3 or 4 tackles, and I'm thinking to myself, man, this is it. This is it. You could just see the energy was not there, and I thought they might be getting tired, but they, again, make one big play. I think Dalton Johnson's play was the play that changed the game. Yeah. He made that play. Maldonado picks it out of the air, goes for a touchdown, and all of a sudden the juice was back at that
and
point.
It deflated Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And it gassed up the Wildcats. It just gassed them up, and it just gave you that extra little energy that you can get it done right when it was looking bleak.
Mm-hmm. James, you are on Meridian Wealth Management postgame show, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, fellas, congratulations, but I just want to say, never forget 70-7, go Devils.
Okay. Thanks, James.
Well, to be fair, I mean, that's
where we are right now.
To be fair, that's the first.
So what are they? Are they on vacation?
Exactly.
They watching us.
Yeah, they were watching us.
They were watching the game tonight. They was watching.
Yeah, they was watching, saying,
And all their friends were saying, I thought y'all was playing. They say Arizona State. I thought y'all was playing Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That was Arizona Wildcats. Yeah.
We're sitting at home.
2 quick things, fellas. That's the first crank call we've had all year. That's 13 games. And number 2, you don't get that unless you're good.
And
that's fact.
He held a long time to get that crank in.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it because you're nothing without haters.
And what was the score last year? What was the score this year?
That's true. 55-26 or something. 52-26. Something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you though, I appreciate that though, because that loss started the domino effect of getting a new coach, some new players, and got us in this situation. So you know what?
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I have nothing against you, buddy.
All right, real quick, guys, so we can get out of here on time tonight. Final thoughts on 2023.
I got to say is this, wow. That's what I got to say is wow. I called for five wins. I thought we were going to get 5 wins, and we got 10. I'm just really proud of our guys. Our guys continue to get better and better, and each win got more confident and more confident. Proud of our coaching staff. I just wish next year, I just hope all the fans understand of what we have here, and we need to be in the stadium next year. Packed. It should be packed. Should be no question. We're going into the Big 12. So we're going to go to some places where we're going to be packed when their team is 1-10, and they're still going to be packed. So we need to get people into the butts in the seats. And all I can say is I'm proud to be a Wildcat today, and I'll be proud to be a Wildcat tomorrow. And we are going to be going into the Big 12, and we're going to be one of the teams to beat.
Man, they went through this replay real quick. We're already to the 4th quarter of this shortened replay here on ESPN. If you want to rewatch the fourth quarter of the game tonight. Kelvin?
Yeah, man. I thought that they would get to a lower level bowl game this year, maybe a Vegas bowl. Maybe just to experience that winning, man. But to see them get to 10 wins, to see them persevere through losing a quarterback. Wiley went down. You had to give Morgan a chance to get back in the rhythm coming from his injury. Had to figure out how you're gonna replace Singer. You never did. You never really replaced Singer. But the tight end, the big T Mac, came on a little bit there. Found something in Jonah Coleman. The defense just really did an amazing job. I think, to me, they really get a lot of the credit because the offense was already here. Yeah. We had points before, but the defense just came and did a whole nother job. Got a shout out Nansen and Coach Akina. But just overall, man, very proud as a former captain to see the team going in the right direction, seeing the leaders that's on the team. And I think going into next year, what's going to be huge is the leadership that you have on the team. And it's cool because you see Noah, the leadership he brings, Manu, and you just wonder, can they keep this thing going? So, hey, again, I tip up my hat to Fish and his entire staff and, for giving us a great season.
J-Dub, real quick.
I'm proud of you two. And I'll tell you why. We sat through 20 losses in a row. We did post games for every single one of those games, fellas. So as far as like the alumni, those guys who actually played this game with that uniform on here in Tucson, all the guys, Sweet D, Lamont Hunley, all the alumni who come on, I always talk about that pride, that family. So seeing the joy in your guys' face, I mean, everything you said, ditto, super proud of Fish and the boys, but like all the alumni of the football team over the years. And it just reminds me of this. I want to play this really quick. Just the very end of what Lamont Hunley said before the ASU game.
So make sure the memories are in your positive way and create your own because, we old folks, we got ours.
Because, we're all old here, I think, at this point. So it's like, hey, seeing these young guys out there, giving it their all, especially in that fourth quarter, digging deep, just a huge win, great season. And congratulations to you, Kelvin, and you, Glenn, because, the positivity you guys bring day in, day out, it's enthusiastic and it spreads. And it's like, I know people are listening and, they did it. They did that thing. And it was just a great season.
Thanks, J-Dub.
Outstanding. Thanks to everybody that was a part of these broadcasts all season long. On the local side, AJ Camacho, Tom Lang, Dusty Dale, all of those folks. And most of all, as always, thanks to you for listening. Once again, the final score tonight in San Antonio at the Valero Alamo Bowl. Your Arizona Wildcats finished the 2023 season with a 7-game winning streak. The number 14 ranked Wildcats knock off number 12 Oklahoma 38-24. For J.W. Madden, Kelvin Efon, Glenn Howe, I'm David Kelly. Have a great morning. We'll talk some basketball with you in a few hours. Bear down, Arizona. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This hour of the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show is brought to you in part by Humane Society of Southern Arizona, Lexus of Tucson, Nova Home Loans, Recon Auto Detail, Ride Now Power Sports Tucson, the Tucson Police Department, Broadway in Tucson, Dave & Buster's Tucson, Dorado Rock, First Choice Pools, The Good Feet Store, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Ram Plumbing, Restaurant Supply Store, Right Way Heating, Cooling and Plumbing, Rocking KA Master Plan Community Design by Nature, and University Termite and Pest Control.
Coach Tommy Lloyd here. Did you spend money on your AC this summer? My friends at Right Way will give you back up to $3,000 for those repairs.
That's right. No matter who did the repair, we'll buy it back for up to $3,000 towards the purchase of a new heating and air system.
No repair bills this year? No worries. We will give you up to $2,000 trade-in plus 0% interest up to 60 months. Manufacturer rebates plus